This morning, the class of 2021 will be given information about selecting courses for the 2018-2019 school year. All students are receiving two things. The first is a blue sophomore year course selection sheet, and the second is a sheet with instructions on how to input course selections online using eSchool Student Access. Students will be responsible for inputting their own classes into the computer this year, so please listen carefully to all information and instructions. After graduation requirements and schedule options are presented, you will be given specific instructions on how to use the course selection area in Student Access online. Students will be able to electronically enter their course selections online starting January 17th, and the system will remain open for entry through January 24th. Courses can be entered at home or in school during this time period. However, students will no longer be able to enter classes or make changes online after January 24th. It is important to get your course selection sheet completed as soon as possible to aid you in entering classes online. Teachers can speak more about offerings in specific departments and take time to sign course selection sheets for classes that need it. Please keep your course selection sheet at school so you can get the appropriate signatures. In addition to having online course requests completed, students must also turn in their completed course selection sheet to the student service offices by 8 a.m. on January 25th. There will be a box on Mrs. Meloz's desk for you to put your course selection sheet in. There is no need for you to schedule an appointment to see your counselor to discuss classes. Ninth grade students will be called out of their English classes for individual appointments with their counselor beginning January 25th. At that time, you will go over your online course requests with your counselor. During your individual meeting, your counselor will answer any questions you might have and will be able to make changes to your online course requests if necessary. Now we will review graduation requirements for the class of 2021 so you can ensure that you select what you need for sophomore year. All students must earn 24 credits to graduate from Belvedere North High School. Each semester-long class that is passed is worth a half credit. If you earn at least 6 credits every year, you will be on track for graduation. Within the 24 credits needed, there are specific requirements that you must be aware of. All students must pass 4 full years of English to graduate. Students will take English 9, English 10, English 11, and then English 12 or choose 2 English electives. Students also need 3 credits of math. 1 of the credits needs to be algebra and 1 needs to be geometry. You need 2 credits of science, 1 of which must be biology and 1 additional science elective. Students must also earn 2.5 credits of social studies, including 1 credit of world studies, 1 credit of U.S. history, and a half credit of American government. Consumer education is a graduation requirement that you may take sophomore through senior year. Many students take consumer ed during their sophomore year. Consumer ed is worth a half credit towards your graduation requirements. Students are also required to be enrolled in PE every semester unless they qualify for a PE waiver or are enrolled in driver's ed or health. Career planning is another course that must be passed in order to graduate. 1 additional credit is required in fine arts, world language, or career and technical education. Lastly, you need to earn 11 credits of electives. Your counselor will review your transcript with you during your individual meeting, so you will know how many credits you currently have and how many you will need to earn your sophomore year, as well as what course requirements you might be missing. If you are considering attending a 4-year college after high school, it is important to know that college admissions will require more than just the minimum high school graduation requirements. Most colleges expect you to have 4 years of English and 3 years of math in high school, which we also require for graduation. However, you will need to take 1 extra credit in both science and social studies in order to be accepted at most universities. We only require you to have 2 credits in these areas to graduate. It is also advised that you take a 4th year of math to best prepare yourself for college-level math. Being familiar with specific college admission requirements will ensure that you take the courses you need to be admitted. Taking additional courses in these core areas will only help your chances of being admitted to college and being successful once you are there. If you are unsure of what courses would personally benefit you, please discuss this with your counselor at your individual appointment. Your counselor can recommend other college prep classes based on the college and major you are considering. Foreign language is not required to graduate from Belvedere North High School. However, many colleges and universities have a foreign language requirement for admission. It is helpful to take at least 2 years of the same foreign language in high school because many schools will require it for admission. Other colleges may accept a combination of foreign language and/or classes in the fine arts such as band, chorus, art, or theater. There are some schools like the University of Illinois or the University of Wisconsin-Madison that recommend students take foreign language every year of high school. Be sure to contact the admissions office of any college or university you are considering to find out what their foreign language requirements are. Students are required to take a full year of English during their sophomore year. Students must choose either English 10 or English 10 Accelerated. Students may also choose to take debate or journalism in addition to 10th grade English. These requests can be entered online. If you select English 10 Accelerated, you must have the signature of your current English 9 teacher. English course selections can be entered online under the subject area of Language Arts English. Be sure to request 1 full credit of English online. In addition to English and science, all sophomores are required to take 1 full credit of math. Talk to your current math teacher about their recommendation for you and have them sign your course selection sheet. Then be sure to enter 1 credit of math in your online requests. Although driver's education is not a graduation requirement for the class of 2021, students may choose to take it here at Belvedere North High School. You must have passed at least 8 classes in the 2 semesters prior to taking driver's ed. If you are enrolled in driver's education, you will be exempt from PE for that semester. But if you choose to take driver's ed privately, you will be required to take a full year of PE. The only exception to this rule would be if you have a PE waiver for marching band. Your counselor will review your transcript at your individual appointment to see if you are eligible to take driver's ed. If you are interested in taking driver's ed here at North, please enter it in your online course requests. You will find it in the elective category. It is important to know that if a student successfully completes driver's ed privately outside of Belvedere North High School, proof of completion may be turned in for Belvedere North High School credit. The last requirement for sophomores is a full year of PE. If you are taking driver's ed at Belvedere North, you will only need to take PE for 1 semester. However, if you are taking driver's ed privately, you are required to take a full year of PE, unless you qualify for a waiver. If you are in marching band and wish to take a different class instead of PE in the fall, you may check the Semester 1 PE waiver box. Waiver forms are available in the Student Services Office for students who are interested in waiving PE. If you are not waiving out of PE next year, you should enter 1 full credit of PE in your online course requests. Let your counselor know at your individual appointment if you will be waiving out, and we will need a copy of a PE waiver form turned in this spring. Your counselor will then enter your PE waiver into your online course requests. All students are required to be enrolled in PE class unless they are enrolled in health or driver's ed. If you plan to take driver's ed at North, you will only need 1 semester of PE. However, if you plan to take driver's ed privately outside of North, you will need to be enrolled in PE both semesters. We are excited to announce that there will be new PE course offerings next school year. Students will now have the opportunity to choose from the following PE options: Healthy Lifestyles, which will focus on physical and social emotional wellness; Lifestyle Wellness, which is most similar to the current 11th and 12th grade PE, and Advanced Personal Wellness is for those interested in advanced weight, speed, and agility training. Students may choose to take the same PE class all year or choose 2 different PE classes. Feel free to speak to your current PE teacher to see what option they feel would best suit you. Please note that students enrolling in marching band do qualify for a PE waiver and may choose to opt out of PE for the fall semester. Students who are on track to graduate and wish to take a study hall during their sophomore year should check the appropriate box on their course selection sheet and enter their request online. Study hall can be found under the subject area of electives in the course request area online. Students have the option to have a study hall all year, half a year, or take 7 full classes with no study hall. If you wish to take a study hall next year, you must indicate semester 1, semester 2, or both. Remember that you will not receive credit for study halls. If you are behind in credits, taking a study hall is not recommended. When entering classes online, you will only be able to enter up to 7 credits. However, if you are taking a study hall all year, you should only enter 6 credits. If you are taking a study hall for just 1 semester, you should enter 6.5 credits online. The course selection sheet has room for you to select electives for sophomore year. Please fill this area out with as many electives as you can think of. It is important that you rank the classes in order of preference because counselors use this sheet to give students alternates if first choices are full or do not fit into your schedule. You will not be able to enter your backup choices into the Student Access online. As I said earlier, you will be entering between 6 and 7 credits, depending on whether or not you are taking a study hall. So please, only enter the classes that are your first choices into your online requests. Backup choices will be listed on your course selection sheets and used by your counselors only if need be. When choosing your electives, you may refer to the online course catalog for course descriptions and prerequisites. When selecting and entering courses, please consider what classes you need to graduate, classes that may be required for college admission, and what your career interests are. Running Start is a program where eligible students attend Rock Valley College their junior and senior years. Running Start allows students to earn a high school diploma and an associate's degree at the same time. If you are considering the Running Start program, you must have a 3.0 GPA by the end of 9th grade and have earned all A's and B's in your core courses. The application process for Running Start will begin the fall of your sophomore year, at which time you will be notified if you are eligible to partake in this program. As I stated earlier, to be eligible for Running Start, students must have a 3.0 cumulative GPA at the end of 9th grade, and you must receive all A's and B's in your core courses. If you have met the GPA requirement, you will be notified by Student Services fall of your sophomore year. You must then pass Rock Valley's placement test during your sophomore year. If you are interested in Running Start, please choose Consumer Education as one of your electives for sophomore year. Consumer Education must be taken sophomore year if you plan to enroll in the Running Start program. If you have questions about Running Start, your counselor will answer them during your individual appointment. Let's review how to log in and use Student Access so you can complete your online course requests. The first step is to go to the District 100 website. The link is displayed above. It is www.district100.com. Second, under Resources, select Student Access. Next, select eSchool Student Access Login toward the bottom of the page. From the eSchool Student Access login link, you will log in to Student Access by entering your username and password just like you would on school computers. Your username is your student ID number with an S before it, and your password is your 6-digit date of birth. For example, if your birthday is January 2nd, 1998, you would put in 01/02/98. You do not put in the full 4-digit birth year. After logging in, select Classes and then select the Requests tab. Once on the screen above, simply choose the department link to select from a variety of courses under the subject area. Click the Edit button to see all courses in a subject area. Use the course selection sheet to guide you. For example, if I selected the department Language Arts English, I would see the screen below to select my courses. As you can see, I selected English 10 by clicking in the next box to English 10. That's it. Make sure you click Save and then choose another department. To change a course, simply uncheck the box and click Save. Use your course selection form to choose all of your required courses and your top priority elective choices. Always select the Save tab after choosing a course. Remember that you will only be selecting between 6 and 7 credits. Do not add more than 7 credits. The courses you are able to fit into your course request will only be added by your counselor later if a class you choose does not fit into your schedule or if a class is full. After you select your 6 to 7 credits, you can log out of the Student Access Center. A last few reminders to students regarding the course selection process. Please remember to have your teachers sign off on your course selection sheet. Also, you and a parent must sign your form before turning it in to the Student Services office. You may enter your course selections into the online student access beginning January 17th through January 24th. If you do not have internet access at home, computers will be available before and after school in the Student Services office and library for course entry. There is a spot on the bottom of your course selection sheet to check off that you have completed the online requests. You must submit your completed form with teacher signatures to Student Services after entering courses online no later than 8:00 a.m. on January 25th. All current 9th graders will be called out of their English classes for individual appointments with their counselors beginning January 25th. Here is a list of North School counselors, and they're part of the alphabet. Ms. Blum has students with last names that begin with A through FL. Mrs. Freeman has students with last names FM through LE. Mrs. Bousman has students with last names LF through RI, and Mrs. Volkman has students with last names RJ through Z. Counselors will not be available for scheduling questions before individual appointments, so please be patient and write down all of your questions so they can be addressed at your individual counselor appointment. Also, feel free to watch this PowerPoint presentation again for clarification. It will be posted on the district website. Your counselor will be checking your online course selections to ensure that you entered all required courses and to check that you've met prerequisites. Though you will be unable to make changes after January 24th, your counselor can make changes, fix mistakes, or add classes to your online selections during your individual appointment if necessary. We look forward to discussing your 10th grade course selections with you. Thank you.